Elementary school teachers, what have you heard your students say about Trump and Clinton? I teach pre-K, and a little girl very seriously informed me that Donald Trump, yes, she said Trump, was a bad man because he tells people he has lots of good surprises, but he's a really big liar. My other favorite was a little boy who said, I like the lady one because when she talks real loud, her turkey gobble under her chin wiggles. My other favorite was a little boy who said, I like the lady one because when she talks real loud, her turkey gobble under her chin wiggles. Little kids are savage. I run a camp for kids. They changed sharks and minnows into Trumps versus Mexicans. Had to shut that one down. Not Clinton or Trump, but I witnessed a group of children between the ages of 5 and 8 play Marco Rubio instead of Marco Polo. I have a friend who is blind, and when he's trying to gauge where people are in a room, he'll say, Marco, and we'll take turns by saying Polo. You know the drill. We can't change that to Marco Rubio, too. Okay, semi-relevant, but when Obama was running for president, I had a sickening amount of students tell me that Obama has smelly, weird skin. I'd always ask them where they heard that, and they would always say from their parents. I'd politely chat with the parents when they came to pick them up, not in an accusing way, but just in a, your child is repeating what you say way. They always acted shocked and confused and apologized profusely. Being a black teacher in the South has been interesting. And for the skeptical, I did not say that the children or parents were racist. I simply heard the children making statements that perhaps did not foster a positive learning environment, and notified the parents that the children perhaps needed a lesson about appropriateness. I apologize for my grammar mistakes, and I'm sorry that they seem to distract from my simple answer. Race in America is a heavy topic. All I did was mention one of my experiences. I had a kid say that Hillary was evil and a member of the Suicide Squad. I asked if he meant Harley, and he insisted that Hillary was too. Harlery Quinton, 2016. That just looks like you're trying to say Hillary Clinton with a stereotypical Asian accent. Or maybe I'm just an Asian reading it and that's how I read. This is high school, but one kid said Hillary Clinton did not have much experience in office because she was just a secretary. This was in Canada, so that might be why the kid did not know. Should have called herself Administrative Assistant of the State. One of my third graders enthusiastically yells Trump sometimes for no reason. Usually one of the girls will yell back, No, Hillary! I don't think they care all that much. Sounds like my Facebook feed. Not a teacher. One day over a summer, a couple of neighborhood boys, maybe around 10 years old, came to my office. I have an office dog, so if it's slow, they can hang out for a bit. One of them asked me who I was going to vote for. I said, I don't know yet. Boy 1, well, I want Trump to win. Boy 2, no way. He was to send our friends back to Mexico. Boy 1, oh yeah, never mind. That's sweet in a weird way. Those kids thought through his policies in more depth than many adults of voting age. 8th grade, not elementary school. Students are researching the candidates' issues for a project. When they find out that Trump is 25 years older than his wife, they asked, doesn't that make him a pedophile? They did not seem to buy my response that he's not, since she's an adult. Apparently, 13-year-olds think that a 25-year-old age difference is just too much. I travel for work. My 8-year-old son asked me if I had to go to Chicago ever again. I said, not right now. He said good because Donald Trump said people get shot while walking down the street there. My 6-year-old daughter didn't want Hillary to win because she wanted to be the first girl president. But now she does want her to win because Donald Trump is mean. 6th grade student insisted that I can't vote for Hillary because, and I quote, she supports Shakira law. I'm not sure what Shakira law is, but she was pretty stressed about it. I am fully aware of what Sharia law is. I was simply making fun of a small child's inability to pronounce and understand complicated political agendas. I'm not American and only a student teacher, but I had a good chuckle the other day when a student asked me if Donald Trump, Blake Obama, and Hillary Duff all have to live together in the White House. Blake Obama, Barack's rad younger brother. My daughter 7 watched the first debate. She's picking Hillary because she wore red. Third grader on Trump. Dad says we're not allowed to talk about that. My nephew said Donald Trump hates women and Hillary has secret emails. I thought he thought about rainbows and candy corn. We are also Canadians. As a fellow Canadian, I was watching TV with my son and a commercial for the History Channel came on. Cue image of Hitler. My son, is that Hillary Clinton? Me to wife, honey, your son is turning into your father. Red state here in a small country school. For the most part, the kids say that Hillary would be impeached because her husband was. They will make fun of the way Trump looks, but the majority seem to be for him winning. I have only seen one girl openly support Hillary. I honestly think they are repeating what their parents say. This is in a 6th grade civics class, so they are just learning how everything works. I introduced the idea of a third-party voting, and what first passed the post was they had never heard about either. The one consensus from everyone is how much they hate Obama, but literally cannot back it up with one reason as to why. Again, just parroting their parents. If Trump gets elected, he's going to send all the black people back to Africa. When I had the most recent debate on TV, my 5-year-old walked in the room, he took a look, rolled his eyes, and said, "Seriously, these guys again?" That was my reaction. 5th grade teacher here in a red state. I work in a school that is 95% Hispanic. I hear a lot of Trump hates Mexicans, or if Trump wins, they'll kick my parents out of the country. As for Hillary, many students hate her also, and one student has referred to her as the devil. A few students have informed me that no matter who wins, the world will end and we will all die. A few students have informed me that no matter who wins, the world will end and we will all die. I mean, they're not wrong. Does middle school count? 90% of the boys are convinced if we elect Hillary, she'll castrate them and sell us to the Jews. The girls think Trump's daughter is pretty. I'm in the CT Mass area. I'm a long-term sub, to be perfectly honest. I mostly just keep kids in line. Most kids aren't very talkative about it, but there's a clear gender divide. Boys, especially nerdy internet using boys and very athletic ones, think Trump is hilarious. They always want groups called Team Trump. They talk about making the school great again. They mention building a wall to keep the Portuguese kids out. Big pop in my school, most of which also like Trump. They seem to think that Hillary is too much like their moms or their teachers. Also, Hillary hates freedom, I guess. The girls, mostly the nerdy bookish ones or the fashioned obsessed ones, think Trump is scary. Hillary equals girl power. But they mostly talk about Trump. He's angry or rude or racist. Also, he hates freedom. Boys love to tease girls about Trump. The atmosphere is more boys versus girls than real politics. But most kids don't talk politics. And apolitical kids say stuff like, Ivanka's hot, pretty, or Trump's not even like a real politician. Oddly, the teachers in small-town New England are also very split. Lunchroom political conversations end fast if certain people enter or leave. It wasn't until this weekend I saw a single pro-Hillary sign. But pro-Trump signs are everywhere. A few Johnson signs too. Once again, bluest of the blue states. Elections complex, guys. My students are 11 and 12, so they're on the older side, but they are still elementary-minded in many ways. They have definitely made comments about the wall, but the comment that gave me the most pause and difficulty was when we were learning about personal finance. They had to create a budget based on hypothetical salary, and I was explaining tax brackets so they could find their take-home income. I told them roughly that the more you make, the more you pay in taxes. One student raised their hand and asked, if Donald Trump is so rich, then how come he doesn't pay taxes? Wait, your school actually teaches its students usable life skills? 4th grade kids I taught were positive that Trump will immediately and deliberately start World War III once he's in office. I had one girl declare that she hates Trump, but only because she's tired of him being on the morning news when she's eating breakfast with her dad. Not a teacher or in elementary school, but my science teacher last year said that we should round up all Mexicans, not just illegal immigrants, and deport them to Mexico by boat. A boat to Mexico. Not an elementary school teacher, but I worked at a summer camp this past summer with kids from ages 7 to 10, and it was very expensive camp, so some of their parents were more conservative. When older campers, 16 to 17, made a Trump joke, this kid 8 said, "Hey, don't make fun of Trump. He's going to make America great again and kick out the Mexicans." Not a teacher, but worked with kids 5 to 18. Middle high schoolers make fun of Trump and use his name synonymously with fool. He's the butt of most of their jokes. Snippets I've heard: "Whatever, Trump. I didn't want your Skittles anyway. If you weren't being such a Trump, we would have let you play. Looks like either way we'll have our first female president." Then little ones haven't said much. Although the other day a 6-year-old boy told us, "Trump doesn't like brown people, and I'm brown. He also has weird hair. My whole family hates him because he's mean. I live in a blue state." I'm an elementary teacher, and my 3rd graders hate Trump. Anytime anything election-driven gets brought up, they remind me not to vote for him because he wants to build a wall and hates Mexicans. Most of my students are Mexican-American. Yet, being a Mexican, I have not seen a single person in my family having at least a somewhat liking to Trump. Even my youngest cousins and nephews despise the man. Nanny here. My nanny kid is 5, and she gets to watch YouTube videos for a bit in the morning. She usually watches the same Minecraft videos, but this day she accidentally pressed a Trump video and she blurts out, "Donald Trump, I don't care for that guy," nonchalantly. I don't know if she knew who he was or not. The video said his name, but I thought it was funny. I'm not a teacher, but I help in the school library. One little boy was singing "Donald Trump picking his butt. How many fingers did he get stuck?" I laughed and said, "Shh." None, because his tiny hands fit nice and snug. My preschool-aged daughter has seen both on the news a lot, and we have talked about them both a little bit to her. When asked who she would vote for, she said, "I want Hillary to be president, but I like Trump a little bit." Why? Because he yells and screams like I do. My mom is an early childhood teacher, and this happened the other day. Kid is playing house, angrily slams play phone. My mom: "Who was that?" Kid: "Donald Trump, and I told him never to call here again." It's funny how much kids pick up from their parents.